Good morning. I am Matthew Anderson, the Inspector General. And I have an appointment with Mr. Alan Walker.
Most welcome, sir. The Chief Executive Officer is waiting for you. He is in his office on the 7th floor.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Anderson. Please, have a seat.
Thank you, Alan. I know you have a busy schedule, so I will try to be short.
I am at your disposal. It was a sad day. Everyone in the town loved Ben.
Yes, he was a good man.
It will take time for Olivia until the shock wears off a bit.
Our detectives are following up on the matter. It's part of the job, you know, especially when someone unexpectedly dies in inexplicable conditions. Although the coroner's report almost rules out any homicide possibility, it is necessary, we feel, to ensure that we are comfortable enough to close the case.
I see. So, what information are you looking for?
It was brought to our attention that both Ben and his wife exchanged some sort of life insurance policies. And, I hope I am not breaking any rules of confidentiality if I ask about this matter.
Right. The practice is not to disclose information to third parties, except with a court order, or with the informed consent of the client. Since we received an authorization from court, I don't see any problem in sharing with you some information, though it will be limited. Last year, both Ben and Olivia came in and subscribed to a mutual life insurance scheme. That is to say, if either of them dies a natural death, the spouse will be entitled to a compensation from our insurance company.
Can I ask about the amount?
It is a big amount, indeed. We're talking $2 million.
That's a fortune.
Correct. But remember, the policy says it is a natural death. And once Mrs. Miller starts the procedures, we will deposit the full amount in her bank account. After all, the coroner's report denies any accident or assault as the reason of death.
But, what if the coroner said, otherwise, that the death was a result of a foul play?
Then Olivia will walk out from this building with nothing.
Empty-handed. I see the point. Okay. That is all I needed to know. Thank you for your time.
Anytime, Mr. Anderson. Anytime.
The janitor says Ben was not carrying anything with him while going to the shrubs.
If what he is saying is true, where did the sandwich wrap come from?
That's the $64 question.
Are you saying he had some company?
Exactly, Joanna. Anything new about the evidence that we have collected so far?
Rod is working on the footprints and the sandwich wrap. I also asked him to inspect Ben's car key for fingerprints.
What are you planning to do now?
I am going to see Olivia.
And I am going to have a word with the inspector.
Did he call for you?
No, but apparently he was acting solo on the case. This is a small town, Joanna. It wasn't too hard for me to know that he visited the insurance company to ask questions about Ben there.
Insurance? What does it have to do with Ben?
Ben and Olivia had entered into a mutual life insurance policy.
He never told me about that. But for Inspector to go there and ask is weird.
That's why I am going to see him. It is our case and he cannot put his nose in it, just as simple as that.
He is the inspector at the end of the day, but I don't like it. I smell a rat there. What is his motive?
This is what I am going to know shortly.
There are no words to express my sorrow for your loss, Olivia.
Ben was a great man. I can't believe he is gone, forever. A couple of days ago, we had a hot argument. I left the house and went to my mother's, shutting my heart away, which was saying, Ben needed you, Olivia.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Olivia. This is life.
It was only when he died that I realized how wrong I was.
Did you see him that day?
No. I was with my mother at the hospital and stayed there until around 6 p.m., then went back home. It was only the next morning that I heard of the news.
Was there anybody at home with you, or were you alone?
I was all alone, Joanna. I had some sleeping pills and went to bed early. It was a hectic day and I needed some rest.
I don't want to pry into your family affairs, but do you feel comfortable telling me the reason for your hot arguments with Ben?
It is all about Samantha. Last year, Ben's institute appointed an assistant for him to help him with his medical research. The first moment I saw her, I could not but hold some grudge over the puff she was making about her smart mind and beautiful body. I could not help the feeling she was after my husband. Since then, our life was not the same. I suddenly started snapping at him, asking him about any relations that he had with Samantha.
And, how did he respond to your suspicions?
They are hardly suspicions, Joanna. It was all about a wife who does not want to allow any other woman to steal her husband.
Did you contemplate divorce?
He said he wanted to file for a divorce. That was after.
After what, Olivia?
After I threatened to kill him.
I guess you were not serious, right?
Of course I wasn't. I loved him and wanted him to be for me alone.
Did Ben ever tell you about his heart disease?
That added another shock. He never told me about it. He always wanted me to be happy, and would never share with me anything that worried him.
Can you tell me if anything serious was bothering him lately?
Last month, he was working on his computer. Suddenly, a message pops up and knocks him sideways. Since then, he became very anxious, though I could not know what was happening to him.
He didn't tell you anything?
No. Even if he wanted to talk to me, my jealousy would shut the door.
Do you have access to Ben's computer or mobile phone?
No. He did not share with me his access keys or passwords.
What a shame. What are you planning to do now?
I don't know. I need first to collect myself together, if you understand what I mean. Then, there will be many things to be done. Paperwork, court issues, the insurance and the like.
Okay. Olivia. If you ever remember anything that could help us close the case, please call me. As you know, Ben died of a heart attack, but we just needed to abide by the book, so to speak. To close the case and let you go.
I miss him so much.
Go ahead, Rod. You are on the loudspeaker. I am driving my way back to the station.
Hi, Joanna. I've got some urgent results and thought you might want to hear about them immediately.
What do you have?
You wouldn't believe it, but the keys you gave me did not work on Ben's car. That's not all, Joanna. The keys have no fingerprints other than those of the janitor.
Goodness gracious. Thank you, Rod. Things are turning up to be more complicated than I thought. Or, in other words, we have just got our first clue.